Well, hey there, it's Alka.
And Jen, and we are Zazzle expansion experts. Both my mother, Elka, and myself. We mentor and coach people all around the world on how to make money online with Zazzle using our 5 strategies, which we teach our Profit by Design Academy coaching clients. And because of our 5 strategies, our clients have collectively sold over $160 million worth of Zazzle products online. And so today we are diving into a 3-part series for you to help you understand how you can sell more on Zazzle if you're not selling right now. Maybe you're at a point in your Zazzle career where you are trying to figure out what's going on, and maybe you've been on Zazzle for a while, or you're just starting out but you're not seeing any sales after your progress on Zazzle for a couple months, weeks, or even years, and you just don't understand why maybe that's happening. And then, so today in our 3-part series, we're going to be talking about cover photos, because cover photos is something that Zazzle has introduced in the last couple of months. I don't even actually know if it's almost been a year now, but they've introduced this
Oh
for a
yeah,
while. And
yeah.
you have to add a cover photo to your products that you post for sale to compete in the marketplace. Previously, you didn't have to do this because Zazzle actually has an interactive mock-up generator right as soon as you make a product, and you can see it in the mockup. But then now they've introduced this extra mockup that you have to make individually as a designer and a seller, and you personally have to create it and upload it for your product individually. And it really depends on what product mockup you use, because we've seen a lot of really great mockups, but then other mockups have actually taken away from the design, and so they because it visually doesn't really interact very well or doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, unfortunately, actually, it brings customers away from buying, even though they're buying the ultimate end product anyway. But the cover photo really makes a big difference when marketing your product. And so, in today's little quick video, what we're going to be covering is what it is to be a good mockup, why you need a mockup, and then also showcasing you some mockup on or a mockup, sorry, on Zazzle of a product, and also showing how popular that product is because of the mockup, and also good titles and tags. But the mockup definitely makes a big difference in the long run.
Yes. So are you gonna share the screen right away,
Yeah,
or do we
no,
talk a
I'll
little bit
share my
about
screen right here. Just
yeah,
give me 1 second.
and don't forget it's like staging a house, right? Like you're going to stage the house based on the buyer. So if you have a product that you're selling, what you want to do is stage it so that whatever's in the background that's supporting that product image, you want it to resonate with the buyer. And so obviously, like even here when we're looking at the wedding site on Zazzle, and yes, you can sell on more niches than or niches than wedding, but just this is a cool example of some mock-ups that we
Yeah,
want to show you today. But remember that the product that you currently are trying to sell, that you can't clash, the design itself can't clash with the background that you're using. Like one of the ladies that we've just recently helped, she had this really cool cowboy bridal shower design, and it was very rustic and browns and florals and stuff, and she had like pink, baby pink rose petals in the background, and that just didn't match. And so that's what you're looking for, is something that matches and supports your design rather than something that's going to clash with your design, because you want the customer to see the design and go, I like this design, not like, well, why did she put pink petals in the back of that design? Doesn't make any sense. So then their like brain is completely off of buying this. It's like wondering why they're doing that to the, staging it like that. And so staging is really supposed to help you convert rather than to have your product be discussed in the customer's mind as to like, what the heck is that? And so we want to support it. We want to be able to see it visually. And so here in this one, you can really envision how the person's sign for their wedding day, they've got the engagement photo on there, they've got the names, and then it's a sign that's welcoming the guests. And so because they have this beautiful little rose bush in the background, and it coordinates color-wise with the photo and everything in the product, the bride can envision, oh, that's a really great place to put that poster of me welcoming our guests to the wedding. What a cool idea to put it in front of some, like behind, like in front of some florals, for example. And they can envision them using it, and they've got it on a stand, etc. They don't just have it floating in air. And all of these things make it so convincing that this is going to work for them, that they're willing to then go like, yep, I'm just going to replace my photo and put in the text and make it my own, right? Because these are all mock-ups, and the customer is supposed to replace their photo and add their own names and dates, etc. And so that is incredibly important, that you get the customer to buy into all of that even before they start doing the physical stuff, which is like, put in their information, put in their credit card information, etc., and bring it to a closure, which is the sale, which is what you want, so you can get your royalty. And so this is, if that doesn't happen, that little movement from I get it, I understand it, I love it, I want to buy it. If you don't have that movement going through and your customer is just going like, why is there that in the background? Like, what's going on? They're not interested in buying. They're basically analyzing your ability to do a mock-up, and you've already worked so hard to just get them to this place where they're looking at your product on the Zazzle marketplace. That's so hard to do because there's just so many things that Zazzle's doing to keep showcasing other people's products. So when your product is like in this view and someone is looking at it as a customer, you do not want them to not buy it. You want them to do everything. You want to do everything possible to just go like, yeah, that's it. But if you also want to go back one, Jen, and I don't know if you have to stop the screen share and start it up again, but even when it's a thumbnail, that's the part that is the most important, because as a thumbnail, that visual that you can see more blown up, when the customer is looking at it that way, you still, as a thumbnail, just like in this size, have to have your message get across. And so that's why in the Profit by Design Academy, we teach very much about get them at the thumbnail, right? You have to attract them and make the sale at the thumbnail level, even before they start looking at the details. And so cover images or mock-ups for products really are important there, because first of all, Zazzle's letting you do a better job of doing the mock-ups than they did. But on the other hand, people who are not doing a good job of the mock-up as an additional option to the current mock-up that Zazzle has, they're actually stopping a sale from happening even at the thumbnail level. Even though you've got like the SEO correct and all that, and you have everything, the design is nice. If your mock-up isn't good, then you are going to lose the sale right then and there. That's why this is the first of our three-part series. You've got to get these mock-ups done properly. So, and then, yeah, you wanted to say some more stuff, but that's what I want to get across today. And I hope that really helps you, because we really want you to make sales.
Yeah. No, I don't have too much more to say to that, but it's a matter of making sure that your mock-up looks good and cohesive, like Elka mentioned. You want to have the same color scheme, and also if it is a product that is, as we just showed you, a banner or a poster or something that could be shown, not just like an invitation on a flat lay card on a tabletop. You want to make sure that you're trying to showcase that product in the way that it would be used, so that the person who is buying the product can envision it, right? It's why people are inspired to buy your products, is because they can envision it being in their wedding or their celebration, or even clothing on a t-shirt, right? And so making that mock-up is very important, because if you're just showcasing the original mock-up from Zazzle, even though that's still really great of a mock-up, it's not on that competitive level anymore, unfortunately. And so you really have to make sure that you have the skill sets to create those mock-ups efficiently and have them be realistic, right? Because we have seen also some mock-ups that don't look realistic in terms of the sizes that are in comparison. And because we're playing with print on demand and the online space and a digital product technically, but it comes a physical product afterwards, we really have to make sure that the customer understands what they're buying. And you have to showcase that within your mock-up. and do it effectively and also professionally. Because if you don't do a professional mock-up, but yet your design on your product is professional and also very intentional, unfortunately, that won't translate into a sale just because you have made some sort of little tiny error possibly on creating your mock-up. So it's very important to have the checklist of realistic, size proportionate, and also color matching in terms of the color scheme, and have a background, whether that be a realistic background or just a flat lay background, but have it not be so distracting and have it work with the product that you're creating. Because if you're also on top of that, if your background of your mock-up is much more elaborate or distracting than the actual product type, then people will focus more on how awkward your mock-up looks rather than the actual professionalism of the product type and design, right? Because it's just sort of jarring if you see a mock-up and you're like, oh, that doesn't look right. There's something odd with that. So you have to be very professional when creating your mock-ups.
Yeah. And if you are concerned about like, how do I get good mockups? What are good mockups compared to ones that aren't going to work or convert to sales? Then that is one of the reasons that we even created the Profit by Design Academy coaching program, weekly calls, because you get to literally give us a link and we will help you make those mockups better, because we have the tools, we have the resources, etc. But we also have the years of experience to say, hey, this will sell better with this background, or this will accentuate your design better. Try this. And even things such as what Jen said with proportion, in terms of how much of the mock-up should be product, how much of the mock-up should be background, where should it be positioned, depending on the niches or the niches that you're currently selling in. For each of the products, there's very different ways to do things. And so it takes a lot of like trial and error if you want to do it on your own, or you can just kind of ask experts, which is the way I would go, to say, hey, just do it this way. And then you'll learn from that, because your learning curve will be a lot steeper and quicker to be able to just knock these mock-ups out in order to just get the conversions that you're looking for. Because the last thing we want is for your sale to not happen just because your mock-up isn't as good as it could be, in order to literally have that customer say yes right from the beginning when they see the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching this short little video of our 3-part series. We're talking about how to sell on Zazzle and make more money. If you have been on Zazzle for a while, or if you're just starting out and you're not seeing sales, and or if you just have been uneducated in what a mock-up is and realizing that that's actually something that's necessary now to compete within the marketplace. So thank you so much for watching this, and we will see you in the next one. Just before we head off, I want to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. If you want to share this video with somebody who might find it useful, then that's also a wonderful thing for you to do, to spread the word. And then comment down below if you have any feedback, and also comments about this video, or if you have any other content that you'd like to see on this YouTube channel, because we love to hear what you would like to see, and we will hopefully make a video for it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later. Bye.